Hello everybody, welcome to Shovel Knight. My name is HunterMew, but you knew that already, and this game is chock full of shovel puns, and I'm going to be one of those guys that joins in on the fun. And Shovel Knight, if you don't know about it, is a Kickstarted game from, I believe, last year. Well, it was Kickstarted last year and it was released early this year. And it is a 8-bit inspired platformer that was aimed to be like the glorious games of the NES and all that, and it won on all accounts, in my honest opinion. So anyway, we're going to be going straight into this. And this isn't something I've just picked up and started playing. I've played this a fair bit myself. New Game Plus, you know, I've beaten the game. There's also a second file there I was using for testing. And we're going to be going right into a fresh new save. I'm just going to be going with the very simple name that I use for anything that's a save or a save. Done. One thing I would like to bring up is of what I'm doing. I'm using the keyboard for this because the keyboard controls are absolutely fine. They're brilliant. You could use a controller as well, but keyboard controls are absolutely fine. And along with that, there is quite a lot about this game. There's a lot of little extra stuff, and basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going through stage by stage in a video. This little bit at the beginning is just explaining everything. So basically it's like after every stage, that's basically the end of the video, but there are some exceptions, some areas that are an exception. But either way, I'm wasting enough time. You probably want to get into the game, so let's get right into it. And I am not very good at storytelling, but I'm willing to try. Long ago, the lands were untamed and roamed by legendary adventurers. Yes, this is a game without vocals, and it's completely time-based. I'm not in control here. Of all heroes, none shone brighter than Shovel Knight and Shield Knight. And they have enough gold to prove it. Look at those gems. But their travels together ended at the Tower of Fate, when a cursed amulet wrought a terrible magic. When Shovel Knight awoke, the tower was sealed and Shield Knight was gone. His spirit broken, a grieving Shovel Knight went into the life of solitude, and used his shovel for actual uses. But without champions, the land was seized by a vile power. The evil enchantress and an order of no quarter seized the land. Now the tower is unsealed and the devastation looms. A new adventure is about to begin. Dig in, mates, this game's full of puns! And welcome to Shovel Knight. Now, as I said, this is a more game inspired by the 8-bit era and the 16-bit era. Because back then there were some glorious platformers. And because of that, the controls are very simple. You have your movement buttons, and you simply have two main buttons to use as your abilities. We have our shovel, which is used by one button, which is just a simple attack. We can also use various moves with our jump, which is the other function we have. And when jumping, if we hold down the down arrow, we could do a downwards thrust, which does minor damage but usually takes care of most enemies. which is very useful if your enemies are blocking you from the front. And along with that, there are a couple other things we can do with our abilities, but we'll get into those as we obtain them. For now, the game threw us into the first stage right away, as we are on our way to the Seal Tower. Of course, on the way, there are various things we can do. For one, we have gold. Gold is used to, well, what you use in most games. It's used to buy upgrades. Over here are checkpoints. Now, there's a little something about these checkpoints I want to explain, but you can't do it in this stage. The checkpoints in this game are, well, very simply put, destroyable. Not by the enemies, by you. In every other stage, other than this stage, they can be destroyed, and I'll get into what they do when we get a chance. Along with that, as this is a very simple kind of game, I'm just gonna make one thing very, very clear. Spikes of Death. Yep, it goes with a lot of the old kind of styles. And I just wanted to show off checkpoints. The thing about this is checkpoints are basically your way of keeping progress. There is no life counter, and when you die, you do lose money, as you can see. I did have more money when I died, but the thing is, it's not gone forever, as you just saw. I picked it up. So when you lose money, it drops into various bags of varying sizes, depending on how much you lost. When you die, as it comes, you can get it back. But if you die again, you can't get that money you lost before. You can only get the money that you've lost from that death. So it gives you a chance to redeem what was taken from you. And losing money in progress are basically the main consequences of dying. Along with this, there's hidden passages that we can also access. They're kind of just easily shown to us here. And this one's full of monsters. Fortunately, using the shovel jump in enclosed spaces allows you to do a lot of damage really quickly. Okay, let's get rid of this little bug. Some enemies respawn, I should bring up. But when they respawn, they don't give money anymore. Anyway, over here is a little secret. Simple to find, really. You just hit the wall. And along with some extra money, you notice there's a sheet of music. The sheets of music will come into play later, so I'm mostly grabbing it now to save me the trouble of coming back. Which brings me to the one question I probably should have brought up at the very beginning. Is this a complete 100% run or not? No. My aim is to show what I know, show the stages, and mostly show what I know. Stuff like the bosses, how to play it, and all of that. Anyway, this little guy takes more than one hit, so we can kind of use him to get that gem. Oh god. The slime got me, little bastard. If you play Castlevania, you kind of know what's going to be in here. Chicken. There's no wall chicken. Well, if I remember, there's some. But those little, silver platters, whatever they are called, they contain stuff like food. Food heals you. There are also hearts you can get from enemies. Like some boss-like enemies usually drop a heart, and smaller enemies usually don't. The thing is, you gotta be careful with these kind of little secrets and everything, because some of them can be traps that will drop a bomb. Either way, we reached our next checkpoint, and we got a little bubble here we need to use to get over. We'll break through this stuff, and we get some more gold. Along with that, the slime is really just asking for it. Now, there's actually another secret here, and before you ask, you can't go that way. That's always kind of something that bothered me. Now, before I go to the little secret, as you can tell, some of these secrets are actually really easy to see, because as you can see by this wall here, you can very easily notice something's amiss, which leads to the secret. And it's a simple little platforming section. Just use your downward thrust ability to basically jump off the bubbles, because if you land on them normally, you'll just fall through. And you fall into a bottomless pit. So along with that was another music sheet we got, along with some extra money. And over here, as you can see, there's another simple to find secret. Let's just kill this little dragon thing. There's got some money in it, and there's also a skeleton. And the nice thing is, money has varying sizes and everything. As you can see, I've been picking up stuff that's worth 5 gold, and that was a secret that I knew about, which you wouldn't know about if you literally saw this area for the first time. And there's a carrot, which gives me some health. The way you're supposed to figure that secret out was because when you go up here, you notice there's a ladder here and you didn't see it before. So you go back and find it. Either way, this was a chest, and chests will usually contain money, you know, stuff like that. They'll sometimes contain other things, but mostly money. Either way, this is our 3rd out of 4 checkpoints for this stage. Each stage actually has varying amounts of checkpoints. Depending on the game, depending on the stage's length, depends on, well, you can actually, let me rephrase this. Basically, if you see how many checkpoints you have, which you normally see when you die, you will basically have an idea of how long the stage is going to be. I'm just gonna let me jump on your head, Sir Dragon. I gotta be a little bit careful here because he's gonna... Darn it. I lost most of the loot down to the bottomless pit. There is no sense in me trying to go get it. Anyway, there's a little skeleton here. Which, frankly enough, because of the way the skeletons work, they're very simple. Oh god, you get close enough, they start just charging into you. And he just kind of ran to his death. Wait. Basically, the kind of history behind Shovel Knight, as if I have that I kind of want to go into, is this is, as I said before, this is a Kickstarter game, and boy did I, if my memory serves correct, it didn't start off very well. But then I think like a couple of people a couple of popular YouTubers kind of saw it. You know, they made a video of it because you know they had a demo version the devs gave them, I think, for Kickstarting, and it got a lot of. You got a lot of, you know, it got seen a lot, and suddenly it got its objective really quickly, if my memory serves correct. And over here is another chest. This contains nothing but money, but you know, it's a very nice handy amount of gold. We're already near 4,000, which honestly isn't much, but it's enough for what we want when we get out of here. And over here is some I think they're like antlions or something? They're little ants, I know that. And over here is our last checkpoint, and there is also this over here, which contains some chicken. If you're low on health when you get here. Hello, Black Knight. I knew you'd show your face sooner or later. The Saluglian coward words. Turn back, Shovel Knight. There's nothing here for you anymore. I'm not gonna do different voices. Stand aside, Black Knight. I have no quarrel with you. I must return to the Tower of Fate. Your time away has dulled your senses. Can't you see? This entire valley has been conquered by the Enchantress, and her invincible knights of the Order of No Quarter stand between you and the tower. But none of that matters, because anyone after the Enchantress has to go through me. Steel die, Shovel. Yep, a fellow Shovel Knight. And he is our very first boss. Now, the Black Knight is very simple in this first stages. He'll do a varying amount of attacks. He'll charge towards you and shovel you, and he'll also do a jump dash, which you can basically run under. Along with that, he'll occasionally laugh, and he'll fire bolts of energy, which you can reflect. The main way to handle this fight is to use a jump attack on him, because it's risky trying to go directly after him, because he'll usually be able to land hits. He has a little bit of a longer range on his little ground attack. And also, mostly focus on reflecting his projectile, because it's very easy to reflect as I get hit by it. Main thing to watch out for is mostly his... Ah! I got you! I have been victorious! My shovel is stronger than yours. What do you have to say about that, Black Knight? Hey, get back here! Bloody... Bloody coward. Ah well, we could use a rest. Ugh. Ugh. Fucking what a dream. Oh Jesus, my fire ran out. May as well cover it up. There we go. Common sense, people. Don't want to leave an open fire alone. And now we complete the plains, which is giving us access to more areas. Now, before we go anywhere else, we have to go to the village first. My shovel is a weapon, dear sir. So yes, welcome to the village. We can talk to basically everybody in the town, but most of them just give very basic tips, you know, stuff like based on items. And you can see here, you know the glass checkpoints we ran into? You can smash them, but there's a difference. Over here, however, is a little friend of ours. Hail, traveller, I am but a simple bard, but I have a big problem. I've lost all my music sheets. My entire repertoire lays scattered across the land. If you ever find a music sheet, return it to me and I shall reward you handsomely. Whoa! You have 2 music sheets! Magnificent! Take 500 gold for each. Wonderful! Let's see here. Oh, you found a rival. Black Knight has fine musical taste. Should have studied composition, but then I suppose I'd be the one with the rival. Now that I have this music sheet, I can perform it for you at any time. Just ask. Yes, the bard here is effectively somewhere you give the music sheets to. You get 500 gold each, and for each song you complete, you gain the song. These are usually based around the stage and everything. And you effectively get to choose what to play. Now there are basically songs from every area. I do not want to come to you. Over here is basically our upgrade shop. Right here, the Goatician will sell us meal tickets. These are basically, they change price every time you get them to a higher value. And buying one will allow you to gain access to the health merchant. Giving him a meal ticket will make him make a meal, which you can then eat when he's done. And basically, that increases your life by one extra bar, which means you take more hits. Over here is a magic merchant, but we have no relics. Relics are things that we can get. Simple enough. Down below. Over here is basically the salty bar. These people over here don't really have much to say. This is an old... I believe, yeah, you're the old king. King Knight has stolen his throne. And Spectre Knight apparently has done something to her because she wants to bestow her greatest treasure to us. And this person's just kind of the owner. This lady over here, though, is Grandma Swan. If you want to basically know where you are at in terms of statistics, you basically talk to her, and she will know everything. There's also a little something over here. I haven't seen you before. Mona. She was hiding in here, and basically you have a minigame here. And this is very simple. You see these here? Swing! The goal of this is to reach a set score. I wanted to kind of show this off now because while I'm not very good at it, I kind of enjoy it. The main goal is kind of get around 100 points if my memory serves correct. And you don't have forever. Basically the main goal is to try and aim for 3s and 10s, which you can usually do by hitting the ones higher up, and I'm missing a lot. I'm at 87, which isn't bad. I'm at 106! And she's snapping her fingers, which means I've probably impressed her. Oh god, there's a lot of them. I'm mostly getting the glowing ones because they split into multiples. Yeah, color me impressed. I never managed to do that before. I'm surprised. Either way, we got a music sheet for that, which is all well and good. I kind of wanted to show that off. I wasn't expecting to do well, but I actually did very well. And over here is actually there's another secret. There's a music sheet hiding. And here's Croker. He's basically in any of the towns, and he is nothing but puns. Psst, that King Knight. You give him an inch, and he thinks he's a roller. Yeah, he's got horrible puns. Our little friend over here, though, is the Trouble Acolyte. He has special chalices we can buy. Why do we want these? Very, very simple. They can be used to hold potions, which we will get into later. And over here is Chester. Chester sells relics to us. Right now we can only buy 2, the Chaos Spear and the Fishing Rod. I'm going to buy the Fishing Rod because the Fishing Rod is a very useful item. Basically there are little secret areas you can use, and which are glowing, in like pits that glow and such, and you can use the Fishing Rod there. Now if we head on up, we can choose to buy a magic upgrade now, but we don't have enough gold. So we're just going to move on ahead. And over here, this boy's got a hoop. Come here, hoop. Fuck your hoop. That's fun to use because you can hop on it forever if you time it right. This lady over here, actually, we need her for a secret. A little bit of a, you know, to get up here. She basically just wanders around and we can hop on top of the what she's using to hold the buckets. This grants us a scroll and a chest which is full of money. All very handy. She's also very useful for getting around. Either way, that gives us not enough yet, but we can actually return to the bard because we've gotten a bunch of music scrolls. As you can see, he's dancing. That's just a way to tell you we've got music scrolls for sale. Found 3 music sheets. Magnificent! I'll take 500 gold for each of them. Wonderful. Let's see here. Oh, you found the local happenstance. Last week I was bard from the juice bar. What are you? Some kind of bartender? Now that I have this music sheet, I can perform it for you at any time. Just ask. We'll ask another time, Sir Bard, but I'm going to go get a magic upgrade, which increases the maximum magic points you can have by 10. Which means I can use the fishing rod more often, and it also means any other item I have I can use more often. Anyway, we're pretty much done in the village now, until we can get more meal tickets and so forth. There is one more thing I wish to show off before we move on to the next stage. Trouble Pond. Oh my god, it's a giant applefish! Who has awakened me? Mortal! Dost thou need aid? I sense a trolled chalice. I can fill it with magical ichor that pronounced ichor. Choose your ichor wisely. Now, these are what chalices are for. You have 2 chalices, and you can basically get them filled for free, right, with the Triple King. There are also certain times when you can get them filled in a stage, but mostly when you want them filled up, you're gonna have to go here. Now, you have 3 choices throughout the game. You have the simple health recovery. This also refills your magic. You also get you can also get invulnerability for 10 seconds, which is handy if you're facing a boss and you're having trouble. And you get the Ichor of Fortune, which can absorb nearby treasure for up to a minute. This is very handy if you're dealing with areas with lots of pits and everything, so you can make sure you can get everything out of your money. But I'm going to mostly pick one of these, and save the other chalice for when we find one during stages. And I'm going to take a health one, because it's always very simple. I am not going to take anything in my second chalice. Subjects, a new initiate joins us! The ceremony shall commence! Oh god. Your face! Yes, this is the dance. I'm just... It's speechless. This is amazing. It's creepy, yet amazing at the same time, because you're watching a giant fish that looks like an apple dance. It's just... He's got all these little little fish. It's just... the choreography is brilliant. Thank you, dear sir. Very well, Shovel Knight. Return if thou knowest need my aid again. Now, basically, if I talk to him again, we can dance with him. Well, we can just basically make him do the dance again. But that is pretty much it for the first little approach into Shovel Knight. Next time, we're gonna go into the King Knight stage, Pridemore Keep. I'll see you guys next time.